Hundreds of students at Warren High School watched a mock car crash as part of the 4-H CARTEENS Seatbelt Safety Week. CARTEENS advisor and 4-H program coordinator Catherine Hartline says the mock car crash was made to look like a real incident that first responders would be responding to. Little Hawking, Barlow, and Warren Fire and Rescue Departments, along with the Washington County Sheriff's Office and the Ohio State Highway Patrol, all participated in the mock trial. Students from both the 4-H program and Warren High School acted as passengers and drivers of the vehicles in the mock crash. Vice President of the 4-H CARTEENS Club, Kyla Britton, says they did a more extreme version of a crash because it can get to the students easier.
The more extreme, the more it gets to the students, because I know that watching a mock crash myself, that it really will stick with you and be like, think before you do, and make sure that your actions have meaning behind them.
Our Jason Livia will have more details on this event and the CARTEENS organization this weekend.